If I get everybody to rise to the Eldora County Fire Honor Guard as they present the torch.
Forward, march. About face. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Forward, march.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. My name is Tim Cordero. I'm the Fire Chief for Dorado County Fire, and appreciate all the friends and family and support of our firefighters on this afternoon when we recognize the achievement of 3 of our individuals that are being promoted to the rank of engineer, captain, and division chief. So thank you all very much for being here. As we get started, I'd like to first invite up Assistant Chief John Tayaba with the Shingle Springs Band Miwok Travel Fire, and he has a ceremony for us. Thanks, Chief.
Thanks, Chief. So, first off, I want to thank you again for allowing me to do this. And the relationship that we built with County Fire, I think this is awesome. I think this is, I mean, you know, I was the only kid here. You know, when I grew up, there was nobody else around. And now to be able to see where we're at today is just amazing. And to be able to have this opportunity to be able to do this with you guys is even more amazing. So today I chose, again, I think that this song is appropriate for everybody here because, you know, some of us in our lifetime don't get to see an eagle, but when we do see an eagle, that eagle makes you feel kind of powerful and strong, you know. When we see that, it's amazing. You know, if we all get that opportunity to see this eagle. Well, in our way, the eagle is, he guides us, leads us, he directs us, he gives us that wisdom to be able to, you know, make these decisions in our lives. And with us, there's a song that basically says, hey, how are you? Thank you for coming in and watching over me. And that's what I chose to do with these 3 gentlemen here. But I also, there's a first part to this. The tribe owns land down in Sacramento, right at Sutter County. It's the marina, Verona Marina, and it's right on the confluence of the Sacramento and the Feather River. And what I did was I went down there because there's medicine that we use, and I went down there and I did a prayer down there first for you guys, for you 3 down there, and I burned some medicine and I got the medicine. Put it on there. So that medicine will take care of you. That medicine will watch over you. I have a firefighter that I gave that medicine to, and he's having issues at his home. And told me, he says he's living proof that medicine works because he doesn't have those issues in his home. So with that, there's the eagle right there. Mahatananana panahaya chohilimana. Mahatananana panahaya chohilimana. Yo yo ke mana yo yo ke Mahatanana panahaya Shohilemana Yo yo kemana yo yo kemana Shohilema panahaya Mahatanana panahaya Shohilemana Mahatanana panahaya Shohilemana Yo yo kemana yo yo kemana Shohilema panahaya Mahatanana panahaya Shohilemana Mahatanana panahaya Shohilemana Yo yo kemana yo yo kemana Shohilema panahaya. And that medicine that I did down there and burned for you guys, I put it in here for some medicine. So you guys just put it in a little safe spot, wherever. And it has that medicine that we got straight from our land on there. So congratulations.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief, and the continued support of our partnership with Shingle Springs and Miwok and Dorado has been over the top. The facility that allows us to use and being part of our promotional ceremony has just been second to none. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Again, I'd like to welcome all of you for being here today and taking part of this. We're going to go through the promotions of our three individuals, one going to engineer, one going to captain, and one going to the rank of division chief. And before I bring them up, I'd just like to give just a brief overview to some of you that may not know the exact roles and responsibilities of the various positions that we're filling. And I'll start with our engineer position. And the engineer position, historically has been in the fire service for decades, if not centuries. And for our agency, pre-consolidation, which took place back in 1991, there were two of the agencies prior to the formation of our department that had a dedicated engineer's position, a dedicated person that drove the fire apparatus every day. And that was the Shingle Springs Fire Department and the City of Glassville Fire Department. Once we consolidated and merged with some of the variations of that engineer position, we've had a handful of folks that have gone through various processes to obtain that rank, but we've never had that dedicated position where, as a fire engineer, you were driving the apparatus, you're that lead firefighter in the station. And so over the last year or two, we kind of took a step forward with some additional staff in our engine companies. We want to bring that position to our agency. It's something very important to me. Our training division and their cadre, they put together a rigorous testing program to have our individuals train and then demonstrate their skill sets to obtain this rank of engineer. I think this Engineer Chima will attest to you. It was not an easy process. It was very strenuous, but they came out well. And so today we're going to bring Chima up to that rank of engineer, and that will fill our ranks so that all of our fire engines have an engineer, a dedicated engineer, that not only drives the apparatus, pumps the apparatus. They're kind of that lead firefighter in the station, the mentor for the firefighters that are in the station, and have buffer between them and the fire captain. So thank you, Chima, and the other engineers for making this program successful. We're also going to promote Captain Duncan. And the fire captain, in the hierarchy of the stations, you have your firefighters, they're the troops that are getting the job done. We have an engineer position, as I just discussed, that drives and operates the apparatus. And then you have the fire captain. And the fire captain, when you think about firefighters and fire department, the fire captain, that's where the rubber meets the road. The captains in our agency and all agencies, they are the folks that are in charge of the fire station. They manage the crews within the fire station, making sure the day-to-day needs of the station are being met, making sure the needs of their people are being met. And most importantly, when those bay doors roll up and the equipment rolls out, they're in charge of those firefighters. They're the ones who, when they first arrive on scene, they have to assess what they've responded to and then make those tactical and operational decisions and direct their crews. And most importantly, direct them in a clear, concise manner that keeps them safe. So again, that fire captain is a critical position. It's not something you just roll out captain's badges to. those folks really have to prove themselves and that they're ready and prepared to deal with that, because they really control at that ground level the safety of all the firefighters, and that's our number one concern. We're also going to promote Captain Braden Stirling from our interim fire marshal into the fire marshal position as a division chief. And you know, when you talk about fire prevention, if you ask any firefighter if they want to go into prevention, it's like, oh no, that's that taboo word. Don't send me to prevention. Fire prevention is a critical thing in our agency and across the nation. When you look at you know, just the building that we're in here today, you know, the fact that the exits are lit, that there's proper exiting and those type of things, those are all the key roles of the fire prevention officer and the fire marshal to make sure that the public safety is the number one thing with these buildings as they're being built. And you know, over the last year and a half or so that Captain Stirling, soon to be Chief Stirling's been in office, you know, I can't tell you a half dozen, 10 times, you know, through a conversation with a set of plans or something that's being built or something that's different within our agency, and it always comes back to, hey, as long as all the people can get out, then we'll rebuild the building. But as long as all the people get out, and that's really, you know, the focus of what they do. They want to make sure that the building you're sitting here today that we're all in, if something were to go sideways, we can all get out safely, and you know, we'll deal with the building there. The secondary thing, and with Captain Stirling, I'll get into his bio and give you a little bit of his history, but we're in a unique position where he brings a skill set where he was an engine captain for many years, a firefighter for many years beyond that. So he's able to look at not only the codes and things that are required within fire prevention and making sure that, you know, the public can get out safely, but when these new buildings are being constructed, can our firefighters operate in them safely if there's an event that takes place that warrants our response? Will our crews, you know, be able to have quick access, appropriate access, hydrants in correct locations, and operate in a building safely? You know, we don't want any of our buildings to have a fire or anything of that nature, but these things do occur, and when they do occur, we want to make sure that everybody's out safely and our firefighters operate in there safely. And that's something I've heard from them, you know, more times than I can count, and that's really their dedication to that position. So with that, I'm going to ask Engineer Chima to come forward, and I'll give you just a little bit of a background on Engineer Chima. Justin Chima's interest in fire service began in college, where he worked on completing his fire science degree and further continued his desired career path by enrolling in the California Regional Fire Academy. After successfully completion of the Fire Academy, Justin was accepted with the Cameron Park Fire Department as a resident firefighter, where his passion and knowledge for the fire service continued to flourish. In fulfilling a year with the Cameron Park Fire Department, and with the appreciation and much appreciation towards Captain Van Kirk, who is one of our fire captains, Justin was then hired with the Dorado County Fire Agency Fire District as an apprentice firefighter. In 2016, roughly a year working as an apprentice, the Dorado County Fire District hired Justin as a full-time firefighter. Eager for his knowledge and his skill base to grow, and with great support from his family, friends, and county fire, Justin continued his education and achieved his paramedic certification through NCTI. Graciously, Justin would like to thank everyone at County Fire for their effort, energy, and time contributed over the past several years in helping Justin achieve his career goals. A huge thanks to his wife Elizabeth and his family and for always being there and showing support and being by his side. And today, Engineer Chima will be pinned by his wife Elizabeth. It's a full job. Next up is Captain Derek Duncan. Derek Duncan started his fire service career during high school as a fire explorer. He then ventured on to enroll as a Firefighter 1 Academy in Miwok College. Derek then became a seasonal fire with CDF, which is now we all know as CAL FIRE. Derek went on to work as an apprentice firefighter and enrolled in paramedic school. He was offered a job with Dorado County Fire in 2005 by then Battalion Chief in training, Tim Cordero. Derek spent the rest of his career here at County Fire for the last 17 years, and he wants to make a note that actually July 17th was the anniversary date, so not quite 17, but embellishing a little bit, that's to be expected. He would like to thank his family for supporting him through all his adventures, both personally and professionally. He would like to thank his mother, Donna, for supporting him to get a paid career firefighting job. He'd also like to thank his wife, Christy, and 4 children, Michael, Molly, Gavin, and Emerson. Without them, this promotion would not have been as easy. He would also like to thank Division Chief Paul McVeigh for always being a mentor. And today, Captain Duncan will be pinned by his wife, Christy. Sure. Division Chief Braden, Stirling. Please. Braden's a real public person. He's really relishing in this moment. We're going to be fine. Captain Stirling started in the fire service in 1994, starting out as a volunteer firefighter with the Diamond Springs, Dorado Fire Protection District. Captain Stirling completed his Regional Fire Academy in 1997 and completed a paramedic program in the year 2000. In his 27 years of fire service, he has proudly served 21 of those years with Dorado County Fire, rising through the ranks. Starting as a firefighter paramedic and promoting to captain in 2010. Captain Stirling has served the agency in many areas, including functioning as an FTO, which is a field training officer. That is usually our senior paramedics that take on the new paramedics and get them up to speed, teaching the ropes. He's also been a communication coordinator, running our radio program in conjunction with Captain Andres, who's in the room, as well as a member of the apparatus and medic unit specifications committee. Being involved in showing dedication has been at the core of Captain Stirling's career. In step with that, Captain Stirling stepped into a new role in our Fire Prevention Bureau as a Captain Prevention Specialist, and shortly thereafter was appointed as the interim Fire Marshal. This transition from operations to prevention involved a heavy education commitment and many on-the-job training opportunities, which he has excelled at. When asked what county has been in, Captain Stirling responded, "County Fire has always been my second family in my life, and I'm proud to be part of the organization." And today, Division Chief Stirling will be pinned by his wife Alicia and his son Landon, along with his granddaughter Theo. And now for the most important part, we need to swear them in. You please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Justin Chima,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the policies of the Dorado County Fire Protection District,
and the policies of the Dorado County Fire Protection District,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge
and faithfully discharge
the duties of Engineer Justin Chima,
the duties of captain
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. So I did ask these fine gentlemen, newly promoted individuals, if they would each give just some brief comments to everybody that's here. So we'll start with Engineer Chima. Feel free to come use the microphone. Or you're good.
Safe space. I want to start by saying thanks to Chief Cordero and all the county fire family. Thanks for all the help the past years being with the department, all the support and everything. Being able to promote us is really great and it's an honor. Also want to say thanks to my family for all the emotional support at home. Let me go to work every day. Really appreciate it.
Duncan.
Thank you to everyone that's come, on-duty crews, off-duty crews. This is impromptu. Technically, I'm assigned to strike through, so here on the rest day. But I just want to thank Chief Tim Cordero. He gave me the call in 2005 in April. I was walking around Gulf Bend Sunsplash, actually, around the Lazy River, when I received a phone call and a job offer from him. He was our training chief initially, and I was having the joy of being pinned today by Chief Cordero, so it's kind of come full circle. Thank you to my family. Thank you to my mom, Donna, who is, for better lack of words, had her foot up my rear end for the last 40-something years. So there's probably a huge part of I wouldn't be here today if it was not for her. And then my wife, Christy, who has taken the foot and continued with it. Knowing me, I need it. So I don't truly know my own potential until someone uses it for me. And then my son that can't be here, Emerson's the last one at home. The rest are in the military, is gone, currently moved. Thank you for all the help from everyone that's here, who's been a mentor, and helped guide me to this point.
Chief Stirling.
Yeah, I want to thank especially my wife, support. I wouldn't be here today without her support, becoming a volunteer and getting into the fire service. Without her, I wouldn't be here today. And then everyone in the room, from our leadership to firefighters, engineers, other captains, that helped me with where I'm at today. So I just want to thank everyone here that attended. Thank you.
So I'd like to again thank everybody for carving out some time here today and coming down and being part of this. Recognizing the work that these fine gentlemen have put into reaching the career goals that they have before them, and all of them mentioned their family, and it would be a misstep on my part to not really recognize our fire family. We talk about our fire family and the fire department as a brotherhood and whatnot, and it's the gentlemen that are sitting here and in the back, but it's our support systems at home. I mean, the family really that's what makes it, that's what, you know, these folks need you. It's mentioned here, and they need you more than you imagine. They've had those tough shifts when they've been out on a strike team and it's an off day and they're scurrying to get spiffied up to be here for today. The family component to what we do is really critical. So thank you guys all for what you're doing for our firefighters when they come home to you after every shift, safe and sound. So I'd also like to thank our off-duty crews and our duty crews that are here, personnel. Again, Shingle Springs Band, Miwok, Chief Tayaba, thank you very much for being part of today. Red Hawk Casino for, again, you know, their ongoing support for our agency, which has just been second to none with allowing us to use this beautiful facility. We also have some hors d'oeuvres and cookies and things in the back. Please feel free to mingle with that. Those are provided by not only the Red Hawk Casino, but my assistant Kathleen, who's in the back room there. She's the one who makes all this happen. So thank you again for pulling off a good thing. So thank you again for being here. Really appreciate it. And feel free to kind of mingle and congratulate these gentlemen. Take care.